Pisces, welcome to your August 2018 love reading. I've already shuffled the deck and I've got your 9-card spread laid out for you, and we're going to talk right through it. If you like this reading, please like and share and subscribe. So let's just get started. What I see in your past kind of going across the top row is the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Wands. Looking at the King of Swords, I would say there would likely be someone in your energy in the recent past, meaning like end of July, beginning of August, depending on when you're looking at this, mid to end of July, maybe beginning of August, whenever you're looking at this. Recent past, there was an individual or is an individual in your circle in terms of love that is a strong, confident, and no holds barred kind of a partner, somebody who really tells the truth, even if it's hard to hear. And the King of Swords has a reputation for being sometimes abrupt and, not really understanding that there should be caring or words around what he's trying to tell you. So he comes across just really stern, and yet there is a side to him that is lovable, and there's no like malintent in this particular individual, I don't see. Really, I actually see that he probably has a very kind side to him, but something may be that recently he's come across more on the side of him that has been, kind of focused on other things and maybe stern and very logical, like overly logical. This also could be somebody who is older than you, Pisces, or just has that air about him, a confidence, or maybe he's senior in his world. He could be a leader for sure. Obviously, most of the kings, automatically that's a given, but he's a leader in the community or in his business, or in the corporate scene. He could be in the corporate scene. Next to the King of Swords, there is the Knight of Cups. And I kind of am feeling like that's a little more of a Pisces energy. So that would be your energy, Pisces. And the Knight of Cups is, more romantic. And maybe in the recent past, you were making an offer of some sort to this King of Swords. So an offer of love, it could be a date, it could be a call, a phone call, something light, or maybe even romantic. And that's kind of where you're coming from on this relationship, is you're the one who's being more romantic, extending more invitation, or just kind of extending yourself in general. And the King of Swords can just be a bit more detached. And maybe that's the dynamic you've been recently dealing with. And also, coupled with the Nine of Wands, which is your last card in the past, it could be that you've had a fairly long history with this King of Swords, and that you've been through a few battles with this person, male or female, and the genders in these general readings go either way. But you've been through clearly some battles, especially in this deck. The person in the Nine of Wands is certainly a warrior, no doubt. So maybe you've been through a few battles and ups and downs with this King of Swords, and you're hanging in there. I mean, this person has got some devotion by you, and there's a history there. So for whatever it's worth, you're hanging in there, and committed to the relationship is what I see. At least you're willing to play this thing out. In the present energy, you've got the King of Cups, the Moon, and the Ten of Pentacles. And the only two major arcanas in your spread is the Moon in the middle, and the Chariot at the end, which we'll get to. So it does hold a stronger influence and has the ability to impact everything we're saying, in the whole reading, especially being in the middle of your reading. So the King of Cups, I think, is it's either you, where you, Pisces, are kind of holding your ground in the relationship. It puts you on equal footing with this King of Swords. I think you've kind of gone from Knight of Cups to King of Cups, where you're kind of taking a more mature outlook with this relationship, and you're willing to, still unconditionally support your partner, but, you might hold back a little more. Currently you might try to even the scales a little bit, and you're on even, much more even footing at this point in your current energy with this partner, King of Swords. So I see you as being much more on par. The moon associated with that, though, is something can be coming more illuminated for you. I don't see this as a big mystery or secret, but something could be a bit more illuminated for you. Maybe something that was in the dark in the relationship. Maybe the communication has gotten a little bit better. Maybe you're seeing a little more eye to eye on certain things. You're on the same track. I see the moon actually being an illumination. And especially we're like right in the full moon as I'm reading this. So it's kind of interesting. It's hard to not, pick up on that. So this moon is bringing, with it some clarity for sure. And maybe even, letting go of things that are irking you or bothering you or need to end. So given that this looks like a strong relationship reading to me, I don't see an end of a relationship. I see moving into a more clear and enlightened phase actually with this partner. So Pisces, that's actually really, really good news. And this is the moon is next to your 10 of Pentacles, which is your ideal, family card. So my gosh, it makes even more sense that there's an illumination between the two of you that is causing you to have even more stability and more alignment in your family. So that's just really great, flow there. Coming into your future energy, which I would put at, end of August, maybe even kind of going into September, depending on when you're seeing this. You've got the Page of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Chariot. So the Page of Swords, I think in this regard, is that you two are probably willing to talk about the truths. Again, some things might be coming illuminated or uncovered. There's probably some honest conversations. Communication might be in an uptick. And right next to the Two of Cups, I mean, that's the classic, seeing on the same page, secure relationship card because you're really into each other, I would say. Maybe to the point of spending more time together when you're able, even though the King of Swords can be really focused on work and, responsibility. I would say with the 10 of Pentacles and the Two of Cups in the same reading, it looks like the two of you could be spending some good time together in August, which is great. And it's also right next to the Chariot card. So, if you're traveling, this would be a month where maybe you're traveling together or with the family. Or there's a certain level of movement in this relationship forward, a certain victory, a certain level of power that you might be experiencing that, maybe you weren't experiencing in the past, going through some of those ups and downs. So you're moving forward. I mean, it certainly could be travel. It could be a victory in any sense, kind of harnessing the good and the bad and all that you've been through and moving forward together in a powerful way. So I think you really leave the month of August with a really renewed sort of upbeat energy with you and your partner. I mean, just really a great reading. It's really hard to say there's anything dragging down this reading at all. There's not much to think about here except to really enjoy your month with your partner, Pisces, and you're moving into some great phases here. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. I hope you come back for future readings. In the meantime, good luck in love in August, Pisces, and we'll connect soon. Thanks.